Good morning and welcome to day 3 with Cooking with Dani, and I have been told I need to change it to Cooking with Kazi, so I'm going to do that. Cooking with Kazi, because Kazi's been my nickname for a very long time, since I was a teenager. I had to do a couple things. One, I had to add a little bit more water to my little starter because it was a very thick dough after mixing it yesterday. So I added some more water until it felt like this very thick pancake batter consistency. And because I added water, and it was drying out really bad, I had to put a lid on it, and I just put it on loosely to cover it so that it wouldn't dry out, because I had the cloth cover on it and it started crusting over and it was a very thick ball of dough, and that is not the consistency you want. It still might even be just a little too thick, but you want it to be able to grow your organisms in it. Now I have 40 grams, and it said not to restart the time, but to just add a little bit more water until it was a thick pancake consistency. So that's what I did, just so all of you are up to date. And I stirred it really well until it was wet, and now we're at the 24-hour mark. So today, because I started with 40 grams, I'm going to dump half of that out, and then I am going to feed it. I am going to take it down to 20 grams, and we're gonna throw half of it away. If I can get it to 19. We're gonna go with that because a lot of it's sticking to the side of the jar. Okay. Gonna clean up. You don't generally want to put it down your sink, so I'm going to take a paper towel and clean off my spatula, because it can gum up your sink really bad. We're going to zero it out, and we're going to add 20 grams of water, and this is just warmer than room temperature water, because my kitchen is really cold. My dough is running about 68 degrees. It got warmer when I was cooking, so it got up to about 74 degrees. I want it between about 72 and 74 degrees. And I'm just taking a thermometer and I'm measuring the temperature of my dough. And currently it's sitting at 71 degrees. That's okay. We're gonna put 20 grams of water in. And I got a little bit better way to pour it in this time so it doesn't go all over my kitchen. 20. I'm gonna stir that up until it dissolves all of the starter that's in there. We're looking for it to start building culture. I do have a little bit better scale than it came in the kit. It's my normal kitchen scale because I think it's more accurate. But you also gotta remember, starter and sourdough, I was looking at the history of it, has been around a very long time, way before scales and exact measurements. And it was just a learning process. So I'm glad we're learning together and we can do this. Okay, you wanna get all the clumps out of that, turn it into basically a liquid. I'm gonna scrape the sides of my jar down. So I said it was slightly warmer than room temperature water. Now it's 72.9, so 73 degrees, which is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna take flour. Okay, 20 grams of flour. So now we can take this off of there and stir it up. And again, it should be a thick pancake batter consistency and not a solid ball. If you get it too thick, like I think that might be a little too thick, add a few more drops of water. So it needs the moisture to be able to cultivate the bacteria you're trying to grow in there, the good bacteria. A little bit more water. Otherwise, if it's too dry, it can't do that. And I am learning, so if you have any tips or tricks, feel free to let me know what I need to do differently. Back to our sticky consistency. We're going to now put a loose lid on this and let it sit for another 24 hours. And please join me back for day 3. Let's see here. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments and I will try to respond to them. Thank you so much. And I'm just gonna put a loose lid on it, just like that, and clean up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.